Push 'em man, push 'em man, put your hand on my thigh. I need chills up and down my spine. Baby, can you get me high? Push 'em man, put your hand on my.
Hello there, this is Ron Wills, and today I'm going to be talking about the look of a ladies' man. Yeah, you know what, I've had an interesting week. And, first it was at the mall. And I was just walking around doing what I do, making my rounds. And, well, y'all don't need to know what I do. Anyway, I saw this guy. I happened to pass this guy, and he was a short guy, overweight, balding, but he looked like he was trying too hard to look stylish. I mean, he had his expensive shades on. He had like a silk shirt that was buttoned like down to just below his breast-like chest, and some nice slacks and pants. And my first thought was, you know what, he looked like that stereotype of a sleazy pickup artist. And I looked at him, I thought about it for a second, and then I said, oh, okay. But then the other day, I was sent some videos of some well-known YouTube pickup artists. And, the guys had, from a couple sources actually, but the guys had, tattoos, piercings, all of that. Basically, they were dressed in a way which to stand out. Honestly, it looked a little freaky to me, but that's just me. I ain't gonna judge. Psych. Anyway, I was just looking at him and I was thinking, wow. You have a bunch of people out there who feel like to attract attention from women, or like they have to dress garish, outlandish. I'm just going to use those terms. Like I think one well-known pickup artist calls it peacocking. And I try to separate myself from that crowd, and there's a very good reason why. And I'm gonna get into why as I discuss the look of an actual ladies' man today. See, here's the thing. A lot of people feel like that, to be a ladies' man, you gotta dress a certain way, you gotta talk a certain way, or you have to dress all outlandishly, like like a pimp, like the stereotype of a pimp, which to me is incorrect anyway. Those pimps that wear those like flashy clothes and colors or anything, that's actually a small portion of that community. Most pimps are very conservative in their dress, and that's just pimps. I don't deal with that world either, but I know about it. In fact, you'll find with me, I know about a lot of worlds, but that's another video. That is another video. Anyway, I wanted to do a quick video. Well, quick for me, y'all know me, but a quick for me, for Ron Wills video on the look of an actual ladies' man. And I just wanted to go over a few things. See, one of the problems out there is that when you talk about a ladies' man, a lot of people, they either had that sleazy, outlandish image, or they have that image of some male model who has the most expensive clothes, who is like 6'4", looking like a superstar. And that's not the case. See, here's the thing. I live in the real world, and I've seen the real. I was seeing like real life ladies, men, players, whatever you want to call them, since I've been little. So I came of age in the late 70s and early 80s, before there wasn't internet, and when we only had like 5 channels. So this was even before videos and everything. The thing with a actual ladies' man, if you see them, they're not somebody who necessarily stands out physically. Either in their demeanor or their clothing. They're not the center of attention type of guys. They're pretty cool dudes. They're not like wallflowers, but at the same time, they're not the guy who, is just going to turn heads as he's walking down the street. I think Like, one of the things is the face. In the majority of actual ladies' men, and let me just back up a bit. I don't discuss theory. Just to let you know, I don't read all these books on, evolution and read all these studies. I learned about the quote-unquote game the real way, a man's way, out in the streets. I've dealt with actual street cats. I've dealt with corporate cats. I've dealt with people who are out there in the real world. People who really don't, you're not even going to see them on YouTube or doing a video like that because they're real. They're doing real things. Now, if you look at their faces, they probably would not make money as a male model. I mean, most women, if you talk to the women that they deal with, they'll say they look alright. They look alright. And this is coming from the women. Women I've known who dealt with ladies, men, womanizers, players, and they'll say, you know what, he don't even look that good. Right? But on average, the average ladies' man just has an average face. I mean, they have great grooming. They take care of it. In most cases, they're not looking all rough and dirty. Most cases. Another video. They're, very conservative looking. Like, they just, average to slightly above average. Body-wise. They're not going to be super muscular. Yes, there are some players who are super muscular. And yes, in my books, I recommend that you hit the gym. Because my feeling is, if you're not getting women, you hit the gym, it will improve your chances, maybe 20 to 25%, if you do nothing else. But if you look at a lot of the ladies' men that are out there, most of them, they stay in shape, but they won't be super muscular. In fact, there's quite a few I've met who been slightly overweight, maybe about good 10 to 20 pounds. I mean, they slightly in better, but they are in better shape, though, than most of the male population. And you have to be. Because, or forget the aesthetics, if you are a ladies' man, if you're dealing with multiple women, you have to be in great shape. You have to be able to basically satisfy several women in a week. And any woman will tell you, she ain't going to be excited about some guy who lasts only 3 minutes. So we talking, you got to be able to get that woman about a good 20 minutes at a minimum. 20 minutes at a minimum. And even then, even once you ejaculate, not orgasm, and that's another video, because there's a difference between a man ejaculating and a man having an orgasm. That'd have to be a long video, but I digress. A man basically has to be able to get back in the saddle, because most women take a long time to have an orgasm. I mean, it's possible for a woman to have an orgasm in like 20 seconds, really, but I might have to say that for the members only site. It's kind of easy though. Anyway, so they're going to have decent looking faces, be in good shape. They're going to be pretty clean cut. They're going to be clean cut. One thing I found, and I really thought about it, especially after seeing some of the videos I've been looking at the past couple of days, most womenizers, most ladies' men, most men who are effective with women, because a lot of guys chase women, but they're not effective. Men who are effective with women tend to be very conservative looking, clean cut. I mean, I know maybe, and I'm not even sure about this one guy, so I'm not going to count him. The ones I know for sure, and keep in mind, over my lifetime, I maybe encountered maybe a couple hundred actual ladies' men. Most of them look like they're ready to go to church. Heck, some of them are some ministers, but that's yet another video. I think I got about 3 or 4 videos just coming out of this one. Just as an aside, I remember I was talking to an actual pimp, a real life pimp, and I said we were talking about preachers, and I called preachers pimps in the pulpit. And the pimp looked at me and he said, "Why you gotta insult pimps like that?" Just a little humor for y'all. Anyway, they're gonna be mainly clean cut, because really, a man to appeal to a wide variety of women, he has to have a look that appeals to him. he has to have a look that appeals to their particular subculture, socioeconomic group, their particular racial background. The men who do that most effectively have a look that appeals to everyone. Now, if someone has a bunch of tattoos and piercings and everything and they're looking like a freak show, that's not going to appeal to the majority of women. It will appeal to women who are in that same social group, but it's not going to appeal to the majority of women. And, a lot of women in this culture, are more conservative in their dress. Yeah, you have these videos of women walking around looking like hoochies and whatnot, but the real world, that's not the case. And, it's one of the things is, and here's yet another video I need to do, there's this thought that women go after thugs, some guys with their pants hanging off or their asses or, tattoos looking all crazy and whatnot. But no, most women, that's a social group of women that go for those type of men. Most women go for that guy who's more mainstream looking and looks like he has at least some money, because one thing with a ladies' man, he's going to have a little bit of money. No matter how much game he has not to spend money, he's going to have to spend a little bit. And he's going to have that. And that's one thing women going to look at when they're evaluating a man. They're not just looking at how stylish his clothes is. They're looking at the possibility of how much money he has. Because one of the things they're looking at, not so much to be a gold digger, but they have to think about it. It's like a subconscious thing. Can this man provide possibly for a child? And it's subconscious. They might not even be thinking about it consciously. And when you deal with the reality is the average ladies' man probably wouldn't stand out. Probably wouldn't stand out in the crowd. You probably wouldn't know that they're a ladies' man. In fact, I don't want to go too much further, but most of the ladies' men I've known in life, I didn't know how they were rolling until some women told me. I mean, and some of them, I didn't even see them around women, but women would say, yeah, that dude's doing this dude doing that, or they would, for whatever reason, women tell me about their sex lives, so, they tell me straight up. It was like, yeah, this is what I was doing with dude, and I was like, yeah, like, okay. So, that was, well, quick for Rom video. And I'll jump into some more stuff later. Just, check out my books, check out my blogs, check out my videos. And definitely check out my book, Nice Guys and Players, Sexual Chemistry, Meeting Attractive Women. I'll leave y'all with this. Don't think you have to look crazy. And don't think you want to be in shape. Don't think you have to be super muscular, super handsome. Just good grooming, clean clothes, and act like you got some sense. Alright? So, peace and blessings, everybody. Holla at y'all Bamas later.
Push 'em man, put your hand on my thigh. I need chills up and down my spine. Baby, can you get me high? Push 'em man,